If you don't want to end up like these guys, then listen up and pay attention as I show you how to beat every enemy in Helldivers 2. Soon you'll be looking and doing things like this in no time. With a little guidance and know-how, the enemies of democracy will all tremble before you. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to subscribe as it helps a ton. Stay tuned as I save the hardest ones for last. Introducing one of the biggest pains in Super Earth's side, the Terminid Horde. And how many of these little roaches exist? Well, let's get into it as I don't think I have a choice anymore. This little tiny abomination is the scavenger that then has its demonic spore form. Punch it in the face. This piece of garbage is called the bile spitter. It spits bile. I know, isn't that so fucking cool? The bile does minimal damage but affects you with a slower movement speed temporarily. Just shoot it with a gun. What did you expect? These are like tiny little freaks. Speaking of tiny little freaks, the Pouncer is one of them, but it now has wings. On their own, they're extremely underwhelming. But whenever you aggro something and 400 of these little fucks come flying at you out of the sky, that's when they get annoying. To counter these, I would suggest any shotgun in the game. Something that you don't really have to focus and aim, you can kind of just blast their face off. Now we've got the Warrior. These simps are summoned by another Terminid, but we'll get to that later. This one comes in many forms. Alpha, which is faster, the Spore version, Satan himself, the one who lives under your floorboards, and Bile. The normal little gray guys will swipe really fast at you twice. The red ones will chase you down faster than you can scream for help. The Spore version, when killed, same as the Bile, will release a toxic poison cloud. And the biggest pain in my ass is the Rupture, which burrows underground and then pops out with a surprise. Now, my preferred counter methods are anything that will keep it away from me, which are stun and stagger weapons. Now, Ionic, what is that? Well, stun is very self-explanatory, so I'm not going over it, while stagger interrupts their attack and shoves them like 10 feet back. Weapons like that are the Cookout, Liberator, Concussive, Punisher, Pacifier, and yes, I saw your correction on what to properly call it, the Vetter Sidearm. Throwables that can help are stun grenades, which keep them from ganging up on you. If you can, try to aim for the head because with enough damage, it'll explode and they'll die. Yay! But now be careful, the Rupture, on the other hand, have a different armor rating. We're only going over this once quickly, so listen. What is armor rating in Helldivers 2? Simply put, higher armor rating means you need a higher penetrating weapon. If you see the shield symbol, it's ricocheting, doing nothing. The white means that you've matched the armor pin, doing 65% of the original damage. And if you see red, that means that you've exceeded its armor rate and you're now doing maximum damage. See, that's not so bad. We're all on the same train, blah, blah. Next topic! That next topic is weak points. Every enemy has one. The Rupture Warrior is pretty basic. Its entire body is the weak spot besides its stupid fat fucking head. So whenever you're on your Super Destroyer and picking your loadout to defeat the enemies of democracy, it will tell you its armor rating. If you grab a medium pin gun, you're gonna do 65% of the original damage. Whereas if you grab light, you'll do nothing. That is if you're shooting it in its strong point. Makes sense? Good, because I'm never going over armor rating again in this channel. The Hive Guard is similar to the last bug we just covered. Its two front legs and head are decently armored. So packing something a little bit heavier like the Liberator Penetrator, Adjudicator, or Senator will really help knock these guys off their feet, literally. While it'll render the Stalwart useless with Ricochet, the machine gun, however, definitely hits hard. Whenever they're attacked, they hunker down, trying to hide themselves from you. Try to shoot up under them or anywhere on their sides as it will break their defensive stance, letting you vanquish them. These things are so annoying because they always stand right in front of something else I'm trying to kill. When it comes to annoying body blockers, the Hive Guard is it. Behold, the Brood Commander, and it's above difficulty 7 variation, the shinier forehead. These guys either charge at you head first, slice you up like an apple in the pie, or get their noggin blown schmoove off and still try to kill you! And not just that, they summon warriors. You're gonna want to shut these guys down very quickly. I recommend weapons like the Pummeler or Liberator Concussive. If you don't have either of those, use the Slugger.
But Ionic, you hate the Slugger.
I know! If done correctly, you'll stop their charge, keep their children at bay, and with an impact grenade or two, blow them all sky high. Support weapons that work great are the Arc Thrower and the De-Escalator. Gatling sentries are always a bonus. Next up is this disgusting winged roach, the Shrieker. They can be in groups that patrol in higher difficulties or spawn from their nests. The Shriekers themselves don't pose much threat, but when 12 of them dive bomb you at once, that's an issue. To combat it, I recommend laying flat on the ground and fighting back with the Breaker Incendiary, which works the best, or any shotgun really. The Liberator performs decently as well. If you see 3 spires like this, it's a Shrieker nest. If you see 1 giant one, that's a Spore Spewer. It's good to know the difference, and pinging it will also inform you as well. At last, we have this hideous looking mobile acid sprayer, the Bile Spewer, which spews bile. And then the nursing spewer, which tries to cloak things around it in a thin, small layer of spore fog. Then we have the guy who's been living rent-free in your walls, the rupture spewer. The little burrowing dude will resurface, spew bile, or shoot 3 AoE acid balls at you. Also, it has that rupture armor, so be aware. On difficulty 6 or higher, they can burrow their face into the ground and act as ranged artillery. These guys are also ammo sponges if you don't know how to deal with them. Try aiming for their mouth right before they go to spew or their legs. But if you want, you can use any explosive weapon or throwable in the game as long as you're aiming for their sides. They are incredibly weak when it comes to explosive damage. I hate Hunter so much! And no, not the people named Hunter, the fucking bug. Excuse me, you're doing what to the bugs? No, I'm not. Carl, shut the hell up. No, I heard you loud and clear. You touch bugs, mister. Die. Demonic spore form. It also comes in its blueberry predator form. Also, quick side note, I make one joke post about ranking blueberries. Stop fucking commenting about blueberries every damn time. I'm losing my mind! The hunter is a vile little shitfuck that likes touching you as much as physically possible. They'll skirt around the battlefield, flank you, pounce on you when you turned around for your life, and just like that, they've eaten your entire ass. If you can actually get a hit off, they're extremely delicate. I don't care if you have to use a leveler, an expendable anti-tank, or punch it. Kill these little bastards on sight. This guy easily goes over 40 in a school zone. This guy does the same, but does it stronger. And this guy's a portable fog machine that's extremely dramatic. If you've ever touched this game, the charger has touched you. We all know it. It bulldozes at you going 100 miles per hour, sends you flying, and then stomps you and kills you. Well, this is how we're gonna get rid of them. Let's say somehow you forgot to bring anything anti-tank to bug front to easily dispose of them. Then anything that is heavy armor pin will do, such as the Senator, Crisper, or Eruptor. Aim for its legs. If you pop off its armor, then any weapon can now successfully damage it. Now, the Behemoth variant is significantly stronger. It has a lot more health. You'll notice them by the difference in their armor plating specifically around their legs and face. The Behemoth's head is its strong point, so you're definitely going to want to aim for its legs. If you don't have heavy pin at all, wait for them to run past you and aim for their big exposed butt. After shooting enough, it'll explode and they will die shortly after. The Spore Charger is the same exact thing, except it's trying to be spooky. Same things as the normal charger apply to this one. Some of my favorite throwables for these are definitely the Urchin, which render them useless for almost half a minute, and the Thermite, which will easily one-shot them. La 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 la! Oh, what is that?
Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life.
Which you're already doing because you're listening to my guide. Thank you, Jared, for helping with that bit, as me and you are good friends. This is the Stalker. He told me he's going to touch you, and I'm going to show you how to make him not do that. Also, as if they couldn't get any more difficult, the Predator Stalker. It's time for utility weapons to shine. The Pummeler, Pacifier, Liberator, Concussive, and Cookout will stop it dead in its tracks before it can jump you. Stalkers are invisible, cloaked enemies of democracy. They watch from a distance, waiting for the perfect time to strike, and right before they attack, they disengage their camouflage. After damaging one, they will cloak and attempt to run away. When invisible, they regenerate health, and if you didn't know, run back towards the direction of their nest. After killing it, follow in the direction it left off towards, and behold, the hole of tyranny. Also, if you want to be a little bit of a sweat, you can check for locations like these.
Sweet Liberty, we found it!
Anything looking similar to this on the map is 99% of the time a stalker lair. Even after 1,000 hours in this game, I think that you'll find the fact that they genuinely still terrify me to be funny. Yeah, no, I will never be playing horror games. The Predator version, on the other hand, is slightly different. They are relentless, uncloaked, and they hunt in packs, so be careful. Hang in there, we're almost to the next faction and done with Terminid, but for now, the Bile Titan is a mountainous, poison-spewing, overgrown stick bug that stomps around the map, seeking tiny helldivers to crush. Its weak spot is its underbelly. By shooting and popping its stomach, it can no longer spew bile, but be careful, it'll still want to skewer you. These guys definitely require anti-tank. Recoilless rifle to the head, a single locked-on spear shot, or expendable anti-tank will do just fine. Although they look intimidating, as long as you keep your distance, you'll be fine. If you're able to breach its side armor and knock it off, its exposed body underneath, you can dump whatever ammo you want into it. The Senator and Ultimatum are amazing sidearm counters for this beast. And also, this standard applies. Thermite is good for any tanky enemy in the game. One of the most annoying enemies is the Impaler. Ever wondered why 3 massive tentacles randomly shoot up from the ground? Well, that'll be because this guy can somehow see you from 5 miles away and through all objects. They make themselves vulnerable by burrowing their face into the ground to tentacle attack you. You can shoot the tentacles with anything to get them to go away, but I'd suggest rather finding the impaler and dumping everything into its orange fleshy face. Pyrotech grenades, the ultimatum, and orbital Gatling barrage work wonders. Presenting one of the most dangerous Terminids in the entire game, the Hive Lord. This monstrous worm from what looks like to be Dune will leave you awestruck at how so much tyranny can exist in one location. If you're a veteran, you know how to kill it. If you aren't and you're just wanting to ignore the objective entirely just to get one of these, then brother, I wish you the best of luck. These have the most health, highest armor, fastest mobility, and strongest attacks out of any creature in this game. They burrow under you, sweeping you off your feet, emerge, send you flying, or cover half the fucking map in bile. There is no fighting these. Just pray Lady Liberty sees you through. And best of luck if you ever have the misfortune of seeing one with your own eyes. The enemies of freedom aren't just bugs, but something much more horrific. The threat of our way of life is the Automaton Legion. Starting off with the most basic automatons, he has two swords. He'll stab you. This one has a sword and a gun. This one just has said gun. This one will fly at you. Don't let them stab you. Don't let them shoot you. Shoot them first. Also, the jump pack dude can fly, but don't let that alarm you. Just shoot him. Next, this guy has a gun that shoots a little bit faster. This guy has a gun that shoots faster and harder. The safest and most destructive strategy I could suggest would be pulling up in a tank, getting out of it, and then punching it. This guy you need to watch out for a little bit more. He has a flamethrower. Other than that, though, the same rules apply. Shoot it. Also, flame armor does help. This guy, shout out my granny, has a bazooka. And he takes forever to lock on and misses like all of his shots. I just find it funny that the weak enemies are so underwhelming, and then there's just a night and day difference to Robot Satan. This is Dingy from Chainsaw Man if he was from Temu. There's usually a bunch of them. They follow you around. They want to cut you in half and touch you. I would suggest impacts or stuns, anything that will push them back and create distance. Alright, the Devastator is where armor rating comes into play. Light pin weapons will ricochet off anything that isn't its face or lower stomach joint, so definitely aim for its big-ass forehead, or bring weapons like the Adjudicator, Lip Pin, Deadeye, or Slugger. As far as its attacks, I really wouldn't worry about it. Don't get too close, they will punch your fucking head off, and at a distance, they shoot a small burst of lasers. Behold what I call the Chicken Walker, or AT-ST from Star Wars. They're decently armored in the front, requiring anti-tank, but their legs, if you can shoot the top joints, can easily take them down, or skirt them from around the side and blast the rider's back out. Pause. That's what I've been trying to do to Jimmy's mom. What if I told you that's been my goal too? This is the Uber for fascism, as all it does is transport bots. After your dumbass was done making all that noise with your heavy armor, alerting an entire factory's worth of them to your location, they shot up a red flare to the sky. Congratulations! A fight most likely costing your life will be ensuing shortly!
That is, unless you
throw down fortifications immediately. Coordinating shots at thrusters is what will take down dropships, killing majority of their payload. Focus fire with a recoilless spear, anti-tank, or even 2 shots with an epoch. The stronger Chicken Walker? Well, in higher difficulties, it makes up for that by covering itself completely in the higher tier armor and just strapped rockets on the side that will one-shot you. Aim for the rockets on the side of the face and shoot the legs with anything that pack a punch, like the Dominator or Railgun. Impact grenades will also be your saving grace. You can see the rockets fuse ignite right before it launches it, so when you have that cue, be sure to dive out of the way. The Agitators really live up to their name. These cyborg half-human, half-machines rally any automaton around them. Once they've taken over the bots, their eyes will glow bright orange. Be very careful around these guys. Hailing from Cyberstan and meant to be under Super Earth's rule, they rebelled against us and are the creators of the automatons entirely. They provide a massive speed buff to their children in their presence and are equipped with their own gun as well. Aiming for the head on these guys is definitely their weak spot. Nothing super complicated armor-wise. The community calls this guy the fuck you. This is the fuck you, but will one-shot you from across the street, and this one just looks cooler. Heavy Devastators are meant to hold the front line and lay down suppressive fire. Their shields genuinely might be the strongest item in the entire game, but their face definitely isn't. And surprisingly enough, you can take one down with light armor pen. Their limbs, forehead, and backpack can all be defeated by well-placed shots. If enough damage is done to their gun hand, you can blast it off entirely and make them waddle around and have no idea what else to do. Don't get close, they will take their shield and bash your ribcage in. The conflagration, on the other hand, has a tiny little stub shotgun that sprays flame pellets. Same thing applies. What if you wanted your head to be on your shoulders, but this motherfucker's heel said no? That would be this cyborg. This enemy specifically has made people uninstall the game. They throw smoke grenades and then run at you 20 miles per hour just to not use their shotgun and spin kick your head off. Suggested weapons are anything that stun or stagger, create distance, and keep it that way. Their armor is non-existent as they constantly feel the need to mog you with their ripped muscles. After they smoke an area and drop kick you, then if you're somehow alive, they'll blast you with a shotgun.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
Introducing my sleep paralysis demon, the Rocket Devastator. These guys shoot volleys of undemocratic RPGs directly into your spleen and send you flying. When they originally came out, getting flung by these was a constant, and you spent 89% of the time against bots laying motionless on the ground. Weak spots include their face, limbs, lower hip, and giant rocket packs on their back. Kill them on sight. I don't care what you have to do, just kill them! Light armor pin weapons will definitely work against said weak spots, but anything that hits a little harder, like Adjudicator, Lid Pin, Deadeye, or Slugger, will definitely get the job done. They do have a blaster on their arm, but they prefer the rockets on their back. Little pro tip to help, right before they shoot a volley, they'll crouch and hunker down. Use that cue as a chance to dive out of the way. This one dude has so many different varieties, it's like those freestyle soft drink fountains at Wendy's. Damn it, now I'm hungry! This guy abandoned peace for a chainsaw and a flamethrower. This guy's double rocket blastered up on a Tuesday. Not only is it flaming, but it now has an incendiary mortar. This horrific one can fly. Here's all their weak spots. Their giant exposed back is the biggest. Its red eye is the second. Things like the anti-material rifle, railgun, spear launcher, or heavy machine gun can obliterate any of these directly head-on. Stun grenades, thermite, urchin, or giga grenade will render them all useless. The way to fight them is to bob and weave when trying to close the distance and get behind them. The flamethrower will only be sprayed at head level, so either crouch while sprinting to slide, or lay flat on the ground. The chainsaw you can dive out of the way of pretty easily. The double rocket guy is just there to scare you. The fire bomber, on the other hand, is actually difficult. If they get close, they then attempt to torch you. If you run away, they'll fire flaming artillery from the sky. Flame armor is the best counter. Same weapons apply anything that is heavy pin or anti-tank, such as the recoilless anti-tank emplacement or anti-tank mines. These guys come in a few different shapes and sizes. The automaton cannon on tracks, a fucking mobile SAM site, and full auto in the building. These guys require anti-tank everywhere that isn't their exposed glowing orange heat sink on the back. The first one shoots a very strong, powerful shot and flashes right at the barrel before it launches it. Use this cue to dive out of the way. The second one is the exact same with a minigun instead of a cannon. And this little guy has the same attack as the reinforced Strider rockets, except it's got more health and further range. All anti-tank throwables work perfectly. Anti-tank weapons are a plus, but if you can get on their back and blow the heat sink out, you're golden. I hate you so much, you stupid piece of garbage. Come here. This thing is way too overpowered for no reason. If I had the option to remove this from Helldivers or have 1 million subscribers as of tomorrow, I would remove it. They have 2 grenade launcher packs on their back, which is enough to carpet bomb a small village, enough firepower to make my super destroyer jealous. They never run out of ammo and are anti-tank everywhere except their heavy armored guns. I wish I had the answers for this piece of junk. Please, if you all know anything, help me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything. I need help. Take your standard anti-tank anything, blast its arms off, or a breaching hammer to its legs. This is aerial assault at its finest. There's never just one of them. They travel in packs. They have rocket launchers that will obliterate you and a minigun on each one! Like most things on bot front, they come from a fabricator. You will have to run up, call down a hell bomb, and detonate it. I would recommend bringing the shield throwable, as once the hell bomb lands, throw 1 or 2 on it to make sure the gunships don't destroy it, and get rid of these fabricators. Gunships are an annoying pest that always bombard you from the sky. Anything medium armor pin and above will take out their thrusters. They aren't super difficult by themselves, but they're always in packs. So as if bot wasn't difficult enough already, be sure to pay attention to the skies. Now is when things start to get dangerous. The Factory Strider is one of the most biggest robotical creations Tyranny can muster. Take extreme caution when approaching these. They constantly spawn devastators and prowl around the map like angry dogs. The giant cannon on their back fires in 3 volley bursts from across the map, and under their head features 2 miniguns. Anything heavy pin will damage said guns, but anti-tank is required for its affixed cannon. Weak points are its red eye, anything explosive to a leg joint, or its underbelly. Few who challenge one are ever seen or heard from again. May freedom guide your step. The Vox engine is the best example of death that exists in this galaxy. They are all seeing and constantly spewing vile cyborg propaganda. When alerted to your presence, sirens will wail, artillery will sail, and you shall prevail. They have no blind spots. They are heavily armored except for their glowing heat sinks and have a very undemocratic amount of firepower. Shooting volleys of artillery from the sky. Watch for lit up yellow patches as that is the point of impact. They have 2 miniguns on each side, 2 anti-tank cannons on its face, and reek of automaton oil. You'll want to either bring the biggest firepower you can or close the distance and get under it. By shooting out these vents, it'll trigger a pressure release hatch. Throw any grenade into it and blow the whole engine sky high. May democracy protect when facing off against these despicable abominations. A fly that you'd thought you'd crushed returns, corrupting our own citizens and turning our brothers and sisters against us with evil brainwashing. The Illuminate Cult is an advanced race of squid-like creatures. Super Earth will not know peace until they've been crushed under our foot. Anyway, enough with the serious shit. A Black Ops 2 zombie. Side note, Black Ops 3 was the last good COD game. These guys operate in mindless, stumbling hordes. Their only attack is melee, but you definitely don't want to underestimate them. Any weapons will work, but I suggest horde clearers and stun, like the Pacifier, Stalwart, Drum-Magged Liberator Carbine, Breaker Spray and Pray, and Flamethrower. Nothing super complicated to start out with, moving on. The baby version of the Watcher that doesn't scream for help. If you ever get the feeling somebody's watching you, you aren't wrong. Wake up, they're in your wall! The Obtruder floats around in packs with its other happy little buddies, trying to destroy you with its laser blasting eyeball. Any guns will work, they're just annoying. This one is the older sibling that screams for mom and dad. The Watcher, as my friends call it, the Snitch, whenever it sees helldivers, immediately screams for reinforcements. They're bigger than the Obtruder and have a giant blue cone of light, but when aggroed, switches to purple. Any stun weapons that'll paralyze it so it doesn't call that drop is definitely preferred. This is another ranged artillery enemy. They fire their giant blaster into the sky, arcing evil Illuminate energy down upon you. No special armor, but staggering weapons are always a good counter. These horrific abominations are the worst handiwork of the squids. Fuse together citizens into a voteless mass. Explosive damage I've found works amazing against these guys. They'll try to charge and clobber you in the process. Fire along with anything explosive is a very good counter to these bullet sponges. These guys will beat you into the ground and never let you get up. Their staff will be used to shoot you as an advanced blaster, or just straight up beat the hell out of you. When under fire, they can deploy their shield to use it as cover to close distance. Again, stun and stagger, baby. These are mosquitoes that hurt and are the most annoying things in this game to deal with. They hover in the sky constantly, throw grenades at you, which you can throw back, shoot you with their blaster, and are generally just annoying as hell. Good counters are the Senator, Tenderizer, and if you can nail them, impact grenades. This is the Illuminate's version of an Eagle strafing run. If you're about to be struck, the ground you're on will light up blue. Leap out of that area to safety. Being able to be one-shot by most anti-tank weapons and damaged by medium pin firearms, line up your shot before it attacks or throw an Eagle strafing run facing it at your feet. Introducing the 2 newest enemies to helldivers, the Gatekeeper and Vericider. The Gatekeeper has a bit more armor. Aim with medium pin at the part that attaches the Illuminate pilot to the machine, or blast it with anything anti-tank in the limbs. The Vericider is different. A faster, lighter armored version of the original, it uses its forearms to shield the pilot from any gunfire, then closes the distance to melee attack. I suggest anything explosive or flame like the Cremator for this bad boy. Also, aiming for the connecting spot for the pilot is its weak point. This walking tripod, when under fire, puts a shield around itself. If you get up close, they'll blast you with an extremely powerful arc attack, and their only other one is a blue laser beam fired from their eye. Its weak spot is with anything medium pinned to the horns or anything in the eye. The variable in total mold will one-shot it, by the way. Flame works wonders, and pyrotech grenades when thrown at its feet are amazing. This flying behemoth and terror of the skies, known as the Leviathan.
Man, shut the hell up! This thing isn't cool at all, it's just a bitch!
You know what? Low-key, for the first time, I agree with you.
Yes, let's fucking go, dude.
Do you want to take this one over?
I thought you'd never ask. Alright, listen up! The Leviathan is a worthless piece of garbage. The discs under its belly are its weak points. Using something like the anti-tank emplacement to smack out the 4 guns in the front of its face will work wonders. I wouldn't even really focus on killing it. Just take out the guns and you'll be fine. Once you've crippled the only reason it's in the game, you're good to go.
Wow, Carl, I'm proud of you. That was actually informative.
Oh yeah? Inform these nuts.
Okay. If you made it this far, you are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe as it greatly helps the channel. As a brand new content creator, I'd love to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of April, so if you all can make that possible, that would be amazing. Stay tuned as I've got a slightly different style of video coming your way soon. Have a good one, and goodbye.
That's what I've been trying to do to Jimmy's mom.
What if I told you that's been my goal too?
Dude, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, no, that's kind of uncalled for.
Yeah.
Gosh, Carl, what are we doing with our lives?
Hey, you should make your next video a pennant crusade.
Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna need you to explain what that is on the way back to the ship.
So basically what you do is you start at a low difficulty with a certain challenge and a certain amount of items, and then when you complete those and go up, you unlock more.